What up, 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 what up? Welcome to another live. Yeah. I go by NOS, no Snero, noise over silence, no one's similar, no one's son. What else? North over south, north or south. It could go either way. Matt, Matthew. Yeah, man. We get it popping. We talk about things that are important to us that don't seem superficial, or we try our best not to have superficial conversations because you can do that anywhere, but this is here. And what we do here is we have uncomfortable conversations. But we try to keep it light enough so you can get a laugh or two. And if you like critical thought, if you like freedom, if you like anime, if you like Japanese culture, if you like hip hop, if you just like having somebody to talk to on an even day around 7, 6, or 8 p.m., then pull up. If you're watching this on a rewatch, shout out to you. I I titled this video seasonal depreciation because I'm sure we've all heard of seasonal depression, right? But I feel like depreciation is a good substitute word for depression because depression is like a clinical thing, it's like a mental thing, but depreciation has more of an overarching theme, it's more cyclical, and it doesn't mean that anything's broken or needs to be changed. It's just what it is. What up, cuzzo? Shout out to you. How are you? How the family? How's that Texas weather? And how was your Thanksgiving? I spent it with Uncle Greg and Aunt Gloria, Uncle Calvin. Yo, when was the last time you've been around Uncle Calvin? Uncle Calvin is a wild card in any situation. Believe it. Believe it. I had a great idea actually after spending time with the fam for Thanksgiving. I uh, I thought about creating a video titled "Where do I begin" or "Where do I start?" because there's just so much to talk about, but also it has I need to address this theme of not really knowing my beginnings. Family is very much well, Thanksgiving and the holidays is very much a time where you spend time with your family. You know, y'all talk about history, y'all talk about beginnings. I got a chance to really steer the conversation into what was it like for Uncle Greg and Uncle Calvin and all of them growing up in Alabama. Where were they coming from? Like, what were the things that they were into? And it was cool to hear all those stories. Um, so, yeah, Uncle Calvin said some things that definitely spurred on some deep thoughts within me, some deep feelings. Um, Apparently, he knew my mom well. Was what he said. He was like, "I was friends with your mom, you know, back when she was going through the anorexia." I was like, "The anorexia? Hold up, what are you talking about?" I didn't even know she was anorexic or I had issues with anorexia. And that was like in the first 3 minutes of me talking. Like, as soon as I walked through the house, he was telling me about how mom's was anorexic. And then he's deeply spiritual or deeply Christian, either or. I don't really know, but he loves his Bible. He has it open. He has like a pocket Bible, so he's always reading it. He's always wanting to share scripture, and yeah, he was basically telling me that when souls or spirits get ready to leave the body and become one with God, sometimes they starve themselves, and that's why he was relating why or how she might have been anorexic. And I was like, wow, I did not know that, but thank you for sharing. And uh Yeah, I think that's as deep as I could go for now. But there's a lot more to that story that I do eventually want to share with y'all. I just like I gotta be careful because there were things that were shared that not everybody knows. One person in particular. And so I just have to wait until I can have a deeper conversation with this one person about this thing. And then I will bring it to the internet and we can talk about it deep. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen sooner than later. Especially if I get casted for the show that I'm trying to be on. Shout out to you, Jackie Hillbilly. Thank you for the 100. Appreciate that. Yeah, Kazo. Fasting definitely does bring you closer to God. I believe in that. I felt it myself when I fast. I've been fasting a lot, lately. I don't feel called to eat that much. And therein lies also another deep thought. Like, okay, if I'm losing my appetite, is that me slowly becoming anorexic? Because I don't know why that or how that happens to people. I was always kind of under this assumption that anorexia was like uh, a choice people made. Like they were like, I'm not gonna eat no more because I want to be skinny, so therefore I'm not gonna eat. But sometimes, I guess you just kind of lose your appetite and you don't want to eat. It's less of a choice, more of like a bodily function, I suppose. But very interesting time indeed. Not gonna hit y'all with the Christmas lo-fi. Even though it's kind of cute though. Um, yeah, but that was my Thanksgiving. Shout out to my aunt Gloria. My aunt Gloria cooked up a storm. I made some potato salad. We had jerk chicken, ziti, rice and peas, turkey, of course, cranberry sauce, stuffing, all the works, man, all the works. It was almost unlimited food, cakes, pies. The one of the illest sweet potato pies ever. Can't get enough of sweet potato pie. But I'm also looking forward to working out all that food off. But how was your Thanksgiving though, cuzzo? Jody said that she did an Italian themed Thanksgiving this year, which is pretty cool. It's not often you get those. Yeah, so back to my concept of seasonal depreciation. The core idea is juxtaposed with depression, of course, because we've all heard of seasonal depression. But when life energy and motivation, confidence, or self-worth goes through a temporary decline because of the season that we're in, it's like kind of how cars depreciate more in the winter, batteries drain faster in the cold, markets pull back even when the fundamentals are strong, but everything still functions and has value. I thought it would be a good topic to talk about, but Mr. Ross Clark, Wagwan, what you deal with? Oh, snap. Yeah, summer is lit, man. So many ways. Summer is one of the best seasons. I think fall is the best season for me. Fall is definitely my favorite season. Everything cool and crisp. Got no complaints, man. I could complain, but I won't. You already know. And nothing not to be grateful about. Even the lessons. Had a freestyle for us. I might. Having to be inside is no fun, and being out in the cold isn't fun either. Facts, yo. We was in I just came from Macon, Georgia, for Thanksgiving, and it was super cold up there, like in the 30s. And I was like, damn, I can't believe I used to live in New York, and this was like a regular thing. Gerald, why do you care if I'm straight or not? What does it matter, fam? People are so obsessed with the gay shit. It's wild. You're a woman and a man. Okay. Sounds complicated. Which bathroom do you go into? But good for you. I have no preference on what you identify with, Ferrucia. Basie boy, what's good? Corrupt, what up? I was just thinking about you earlier. I was like, yo, you know who I haven't seen in the lives in a minute? My homie Corrupt. I wonder what's up with him. I hope everything's all right. Where you at? All good is with the fam. You have both parts, Ferrucia. Cool. Do you normally start with that in conversation? Like when you enter a room, do you say, hey, everybody, I'm a man and a woman? Or is it like easily you can tell? Like you don't even have to say it. And that's why you say it when you enter chat rooms. Men like that? If you say so. I'm around always, man. I just have multiple communities and gotta make my rounds. I already know. That's what's up. Thank you for clicking into this one, making the rounds on this one. It's been a minute. It's always good to see you, fam. Much love to you. Keep doing your thing, bro. All right, guys. No need to... Well, I shouldn't say guys. I should say people. But I hear you, Ferocia. I hear ya. I'm not really too concerned about what gender you identify with. That's, you know, that's all good and dandy. Fine and dandy and up to you. Either way, I just hope you're a great person. I hope you have an enlightened character. I hope you're intelligent. I hope that you strive to be a better version of yourself every day. And that's all that really matters. Oh, word, Dear Winter by Westside Gun. I gotta listen to that. I ain't heard it yet. Splitter Splatter. And I hope you get better sooner than later. You heard? Keep drinking that ginseng. What's that ginseng? That's not what I meant. I meant ginger. Ginger. Keep drinking that ginger tea. What else is good? Mullein is good to get up the phlegm. Ferocia, you're looking at me and liking me. That's what's up. I'm happy I have one of those faces that does it for you. It snowed last night where you was at, Corrupt? That's what it is. I miss the snow, man. I don't really miss the blizzards, like the feet of snow. But I definitely miss like just the white stuff coming down every once in a while. It makes life cozy, especially if you get to stay in. If you gotta go out, then it's kind of like, damn. You know, you gotta risk your life when you go outside and it's fucking snowing. People don't be knowing how to drive. And you could be driving good enough and hit a bad patch of ice and slide into something terrible. Yeah, the cold is terrible. But I remember like keeping my thermals. I just actually went to I live in Florida right now. I went to my storage unit today to get my thermals out because the temperature is dropping. And I was just looking at them like, damn, I'm really back to these joints. It's cool to feel cozy. I don't know what it is about like having a cold ambiance, but having enough clothing on, it just makes me sleepy. Or sweaty. If sometimes when it's cold outside and you dress for the weather, but then you go to the establishment where you're going, where your destination is, and they got the heat on full blast, so then you just too hot and you gotta take off layers and shit. It's a crazy game. You be feeling like Iron Man out there. It's a crazy game. Thank you for your objectification, Ferocia. Appreciate that. Yo, that's funny though, how like as a dude, being objectified physically doesn't bother me at all. I'm like, yeah, you see it. I fucking work for this body. But women be mad. They be quick to complain, don't objectify me. But I get that too. They be quick to that. My body is not for the male gaze. I'm like, so why your titties out there? Oh, life. Life is a conundrum. The hottie toddies to self-medicate. That's what it is. Split a splatter. Yeah, man. As long as it works. Whenever I get sick or if I start to catch a cold, I can't smoke because then... Which I don't like getting sick for that reason. But I noticed that if I don't smoke, I get better much faster. And it's probably because the lungs filter the blood. So you want to keep your lungs as strong as possible. But maybe if you switch up to like the tinctures or the edibles, which don't work on me, so just smoking for me. But like I said, man, I hope you get healthy fast. Nothing like feeling 100%. When we get sick, man, you really start to appreciate what it's like to be in good health. Nothing makes you appreciate being in good health more than being sick. You be sick, you got your nose dripping, your throat always got an itch in it. You get tired easy because your immune system is in top gear the whole day. Ferocia, you're funny. Yo. Hit a freestyle quick. Gotta go hit a lick. Gotta go split the whip. Into when I drive fast past it. Drive 5 past 6. That's 6:05. Do cars go? Nah. Do cars drive faster than 6:05? Maybe not. That's like subsonic speed. But for the speed, I gotta need. Cough drops inside the tea. That's annoying. Thank you for sharing that. I have never heard of that. I've never heard of that. Cough drops inside the tea. But I do love cough drops and I do love tea. So thank you for sharing. I might actually try that. Yeah. Rhyming slow to the lo-fi. Slow with the lo-fi. I wish that I so slow with the lo-fi. Wish I was so but not tonight. Tonight's one for sobriety. Yeah, we live life in its entirety. Yeah, tell the truth, don't lie to me. Yeah, like 5 a key. That's super cheap. Homie saw me, I was going deep. They was going long, so I pitched it. They got a scratch, so I itched it. Oh, uh. Had a whip, drove it fast, flipped it. Keep it cryptic, So many bars though. I got 100-yard flow, cause I run it back. Where you at? We could rap, back to back, tiny scrap. I wish I knew, homie. I heard he was a legendary crip from the Compton area. From the Compton area. From the Compton area. Ain't nothing scarier. I look like your family from the DR, that's what it is. I love Dominican Republic. I love the Dominican people. I love Haiti. I love the Haitian people. I love the Caribbean. But unfortunately, it's not in my blood. Unfortunately, I have no Caribbean whatsoever in my blood. Could you imagine? I am like 28% Northwestern English from the Midlands, 19% Nigerian, and a whole slew of other countries. Western Africa, Wales, Scottish, some Italian, Sardinia. What the hell was we doing in Sardinia? I don't even know. Hot as a frog in hot grease. We're all mutts. That's what I always say. We're all mutts. If the Homo sapien has been around for 160,000 years, the hominid has been around for 3 million years. How are we not all family? At least once or twice. Once or twice in 3 million years, we've all had the same grandmother. That's how I look at it. I don't even got no words for you. Bonsai tree. That is the wildest shit. YouTube be having the wildest comments. Comedians. But I love it. It's free material. Bonsai tree said that their mom is sabotaging their diet because she keeps filling the shampoo bottles with Chipotle ranch from Taco Bell. Maybe she's trying to eat you. You know, maybe she's just trying to make sure that when she dines on your face at night, you taste good. I don't know. Maybe she's trying to make sure that the dog fucks with you and not her. So she makes you she makes you smell like a snack everywhere you go. Facts, left-handed. I say the same thing all the time. All the time. We gotta all have every piece of land in us. Ancestors have been all across the planet. If you're from the Arctic, what ethnicity is that? If you're from inner Earth, what ethnicity is that? If you're a test tube baby, what ethnicity is that? You know there are actually test tube babies out in the world these days? Like people who weren't carried by their mom for 9 months? Could you imagine that? Have you ever met any one of these people? Not me, but that's gotta be pretty wild. I wonder how those babies are doing. Like, are they better off, you know, health-wise than other people who were carried for 9 months? Who knows? I'm sure the CIA is doing a study on that right now. If you're from the Arctic, you're half polar bear, half Viking. Facts. Half polar bear, half Viking, huh? That sounds like a dope mix. Like you're half warlord, half like you got fangs that'll kill a man. um, super strength, claws probably. Hopefully you get all the good part. Like you're still a hominid, but you get all the good parts from the bear. You get hair like Jiraiya from Naruto. Inuit is an Arctic peoples. Yep, facts, facts. Oh, Mako, what's good? I didn't even notice that was you who typed that. Um, what else? Eskimos are Arctic peoples. Dr. Arbery, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Good to see you. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that Elon Musk kids are test tube babies, but I don't know. I'm not that invested in the homie like that. But we are living in that future, aren't we? Where that's definitely possible. I wonder if, like, in 10 or 15 years, that'll be women's preference to grow their children. Well, I'm sure there's always going to be women who prefer to carry their children. But I wonder if the number of women who are open to such a thing as growing a baby in, like, an incubator and not having to stretch their bodies, let's just say, the way that motherhood stretches a body. I wonder if the number of women will grow in that field. And also wonder how close those children will be with their parents. Because I know for a fact when a mother carries a baby and the baby comes out, that baby is super attached to the mom. The baby already knows the father's voice, you know? I wonder how that would change that dynamic. It's 11:11. Where you at, Dr. Aubrey? Shout out to all 7 of you who've joined me in this chat. Much appreciated. You could be anywhere in the world, but you are here with me. Just yapping, talking about whatever it is that you want to talk about. I'm open to all things. Even if you are half man, half woman. Like Ferocia. There was 11 people and 11 likes. Good things on the way. Oh, okay, that's what's up. I didn't even notice that. Thank you for pointing that out. Elon Musk is a hybrid of a mixture of a chimera. Wow, that's that's a heavy claim, man. But I see it. I actually think Elon Musk ain't that smart for real. Like he's probably a good businessman. But like I think his dad was rich somehow, so he just got lucky. I was thinking about this intensively for the past few days. Cause I wouldn't write a comedy bit about it. Like first I was thinking about how everybody is stupid, but then I was like, nah, you can't go to a comedy show and call a crowd stupid right from the jump. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna say that I'm stupid, and I have been stupid for so long. And where I'm going with that is like somewhere how people who are rich or like even celebrities, I remember being younger and thinking that, oh, if you were rich or if you're a celebrity, you're like extra smart. Like you have intelligence that's way above the average person. But as I get older, and I'm 40 years old now, I'm starting to realize that a lot of celebrities and a lot of rich people are actually kind of fucking dumb. The president, dumb. Most of the people in Congress, dumb. Dumb as shit. So then how do they rise to the stature of human that they are? Like economically, socially, how do they get there? And then I was like, oh, maybe it's just luck. I mean, that's all my stupid brain can think of right now. It's like, maybe it's just luck. Maybe they're just in the right place at the right time. Because when you think about it, how many smart people have you met? Like super intelligent, super empathetic, super interpersonal, super social, like good conversation. But they live in poverty, like abject poverty. I've met homeless people who like can quote directly from the encyclopedia. So I'm like, monetary value doesn't really correspond with intelligence. And I just say all that to say, Elon Musk is super rich. Yes, one of the probably richest people on the planet, I think. Like he has assets somewhere close to $1 trillion. But although I will concede that he is intelligent, I don't think he's that smart. Like I don't think he can make me feel dumb in a conversation. And I've talked to people that can make me feel dumb in a conversation. Which is why I strive to be smarter every day. Which is why I read so much. I often go introspective and try to figure out like what is my current level of intelligence, what is stopping me from moving up in intelligence, if that's actually a thing. Another thing that kind of inspired this thought is, do I even want to say this? Probably not. I'm not even going to talk about it. But can I generalize it? Let's just say there are people who have made somewhat good decisions in life, so they're stable in life. You know what I mean? Like they have access to food, clothing, and sheltering to a level that a lot of people don't. But those people who have access to that food, clothing, and sheltering in abundance don't always necessarily be the smartest people. In fact, they make dumbass decisions. And I know somebody like that. And it's baffling to me. Bohemian was good. Shout out to you. You put Ferocia on a on a timeout for 86,000 seconds. That was funny. I didn't even know that was possible. Elam, okay, I read that. Bohemian, thank you for being a moderator as always. Left-handed, who do you think he's a front man for? Who's behind the scenes pulling his strings? Who's the master of his puppet? I'd like to know, because I don't. What's up, Dad? Famous and rich people surround themselves with smart people and take the credit. I feel that. Shout out to you, Give Love. Welcome to the chat. I was thinking about that maybe yesterday, how I was like, yo, if I ever get to a place where I can like run the country, like if I have the position of an imaginary president, I would absolutely tell people 100%, all I care about is stopping children from getting hurt, stopping wars, and ending poverty. That's the only three things I care about. I know there's much more responsibilities that a president has, but I will hire those people who are smart enough to handle those things. And me, I'm just going to be a spokesperson for stopping harm to children, poverty, and homelessness, and shit like that. Like that's all. I think that's all I would care about as a president. Like the economy and like war. I would definitely be a proponent of speaking against war everywhere I go. I would be totally anti-war. Require hyper intelligence like free markets and anything with the economy and math and deciding what children get taught in school, like superintendent of Department of Education. I would definitely hire. I feel like I would have the wherewithal to hire quality people. But I would tell people all the time, like, I am not that guy. I'm just here to let y'all know that we don't need to be fighting anybody. We don't need to be bombing anybody. Nobody needs to be starving. Nobody needs to die of lack of shelter. Like it should be that simple. Is the world under a spell and they're working with a source to sustain the spell? Sounds spooky, but I don't discredit that. I think that may be possible. I think there's a lot more dystopian sci-fi type of shit going on than everybody realize. Liensa Els. Thank you for the compliment. Yeah, we're smart in our own way. I agree. Oh, you think the Vatican is behind Elon Musk? I wonder how true that is. I can't, off the top of my head, think of anything that could make that untrue. He doesn't seem like a religious person at all, Catholic or Christian. He seems like a technocrat. Like, the dude is very much okay. Yeah, so I guess that kind of discredits that idea where if the Vatican, oh no, it doesn't. It actually supports your idea of the Vatican being behind them, because if you release the idea that the Vatican is like this altruistic, Catholic, I guess Christian, maybe, I don't know too much about what religion does the even Vatican dominate over. I don't know. I would say Catholicism, but if that truly is an evil entity, which I've heard people call the Vatican an evil entity many times, a nefarious entity many times, then yeah, that does support the idea that they back Elon Musk, because Elon Musk is all about the mark of the beast, right? Elon Musk wants us to put computer chips in our head and, live that way. So there could be something to what you're saying, left-handed. I'm not gonna discredit that at all. Thank you, Bohemian. Angel, we're just talking. Hopefully you have something to add to the conversation. War is about money and land possessions, about resource acquisition. I was just listening to Hugo Chavez. He used to be the president of Venezuela. I don't know if he is anymore, or even if he's still alive. But there was an interview he did a while ago where he was talking about how America wants him dead because I think Venezuela has one of the biggest oil reserves in the world right now. And anywhere where there's oil, America wants to go democratize it. So it's crazy how we grew up, and if you grew up in America like I did, you always had this idea that America was like the good guys, like the super good guys. I always thought that. But the older you get, the more you realize America's probably one of the most sinister and villainous countries in the world. Don't forget the house music. Alright, I got you, Bohemian. I've been on this lo-fi kick when I run these things lately. But we can turn up the house music. It's not gonna be like industry house music, but I got some royalty-free house music we could work with. Speaking of work, the first song is called Work by Jackie Chin. Smart Savvy, what's up? Loyalty, what are they doing secretly to people? I missed that one. You think a lot of people have more people? Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. A lot more people have implants than we realize. That probably is true. Like, who's to say that, you ever read the book 1984? In that book, people get whisked away at night, never to be seen or heard from again. But it makes you think about, like, what if there's like a task force, a secret task force that like knows when we're all sleeping and like it pulls up once it knows that you've reached a certain depth of sleep, and then they like do a quick operation on you. Maybe it's even remote, like it's an energetic operation, and they fucking implant you with some type of weird ass esoteric technology to try to control you. I think parasites are like that, like the way they control the food system. They put things in the food, like who knows, and then like when you eat the food, it grows a certain bacteria or grows a certain parasite in you, and that parasite controls your brain. It makes you do things that they want for their agenda. But we are on the fringe of conspiracy theory with that one. But I'm a conspiracy realist, and also knowing that this world has been built on conspiracies. Conspiracy just means that people organize together towards a certain agenda, so they conspire to carry out that agenda. So conspiracy theory or not, weird shit is going on. Weird, super weird shit. Celestial Soul, what's up? It's Solar Show, we're watching a movie. It has to be done this way, I believe, so wake the sheeple. Facts. The Feather Spirit. Native Americans were robbed blind. Huh, I never heard of that. America. I always thought that the native indigenous people called this Turtle Island. But maybe you can educate me more in that, left-handed. The Rasta say they chant down Babylon. Facts. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Yeah, man, they all, I feel like they hide things that they're really do. When I say they, I mean like the powers that be. I mean like the technocrats. I mean the oligarchs. I mean the people who have real fucking power, so much money that they can never spend it in 100 lifetimes because they're in charge of these weird ass systems. And it could be absolutely credible that they fucking steal people and change them somehow and then plant them back in society, and these people don't have any idea. Like there's a way they can have their memories erased and all of that, memories even implanted, not only erased but memories implanted. AI is from the cast out fallen angels using humans to corrupt DNA. I don't doubt it. Yeah, that's funny that you say that, Loyalty. I was on Snapchat, which I'm hardly ever on Snapchat, but I found myself on there today. And you know how Snapchat gives you like all these different shows to watch under the people that you follow, and one of those shows was, the headline read, Kanye West exposes Gucci Man as clone. And I was like, I could imagine how people get like lost on Snapchat all day just listening to absolute fucking bullshit, you know what I mean? But what if it's the truth? Nonetheless, it's bullshit because Kanye don't care about you, Gucci Man don't care about you. You shouldn't care about either one of them. They have no effect on your life whatsoever. But the truth is, the truth could be that clones are real. People actually getting cloned out here and then implanted back into society as if they're the original person. Word. Research. I think that's why they want us to work so much and just be caught up in fucking working 9 to 5s, because that's less time you have to do research, less energy you have to do research, way less energy to actually affect a change or do something because of the research that you've done. They can't clone a grown person, they have to be cloned as a baby. Possibly. Or maybe they just take DNA from a grown person and then grow a baby in an incubator from the DNA. Word.
You know, if they were cloning people 50 years, cloning animals 50 years ago, you know they're cloning human beings now.
Yep. My dad just said if they were cloning animals 50 years ago, you know they're cloning human beings now. Which makes sense. Remember in the 90s when Bill Clinton was the president and they cloned the sheep Dolly and they told us, oh, this was the first time we've ever cloned this. Cloning has been possible. I don't really believe that. And then it took them like another 6 years to say that, all right, we shouldn't be cloning. Let's make cloning illegal. So what were they doing in that 6 years where cloning wasn't illegal? It makes you think, doesn't it? Makes you think. There we go. It is pretty scary, but man, the world is fucking scary. It's always been terrifying when you really understand what's going on. The super soldier program, yep, the Manchurian candidate, all that type of shit. It's wild shit going on. Has anybody ever seen Hunter x Hunter? Or read Hunter x Hunter, because it's also a manga? But I think the author, I can't remember the name of the author, but I think he was definitely onto something. And it kind of falls into that flat earth theory, even though I'm not a proponent of the flat earth theory. But let's just say the world that we know of is but a fraction of the world that's actually out there. Like, if you look at any map, which I was actually just looking at the map the other day, if you look at Antarctica is so fucking big. Antarctica is like the biggest shit on the planet. Like, maybe even bigger than Africa. And if it's so big that who knows what the fuck is going on over there? Or what's past it? Because like it's apparently illegal to actually even go up there. But I try not to think about shit like that too much, man. Like, I got a lot of shit. I got places I want to be in my life that I'm not there. So I try to focus on uplifting myself and being the best version of myself that I possibly can be for my wee babes. And I try to stay focused on that and not think too much about all that extra shit, because it can be daunting on your life. It could fuck your head up. You could go fucking crazy thinking about that shit. I never heard of that. It's the earth being a seal stamped in clay. And that's probably because I never read the book of Job, like you said. Have they released the young man who flew over there? I didn't even hear about that. Somebody flew to Antarctica and got arrested. Thank you for the compliment, left-handed. I will take that. I do quite a bit of research, but like I said, I'm not in the research phase of my life. If I do research anything, I research markets. I spent a good deal of my morning this morning researching trading, the art of trading, the behavior of financial markets, the difference between a retail investor and a institutional investor. That's pretty much where my mind is at these days. I would love to be a millionaire in my lifetime. My rising is Virgo and my moon is Cancer, I want to say. But I'm not too knowledgeable about that because my birth certificate gives very little information. So maybe I'm a test tube, baby. Maybe. I don't seem like a Virgo. I don't know what to tell you. I was definitely born on September 9th. As far as my birth certificate says. You know, when I was born, I wasn't really privy to what the calendar was doing in that moment. Oh, that's what's up. Come chill with the Virgo, sipping on Merlot. Don't tell my girl, though. Virgos are great people. I don't think I've ever met a Virgo that I haven't gotten along with. I'm a Virgo. I'm born September 9th. My dad's born September 11th. My mom was born September 18th. A lot of my family, like nuclear family, was born in the month of September. And I always say that's just because in the month of December, everybody gets horny. And there you go. Virgos. Hey, don't call Virgos uninteresting. There are a lot of good people who are Virgos who are very interesting. One of my favorite music artists is a Virgo. That's why I know that song. Come chill with the Virgo, sipping on Merlot. Don't tell my girl low. Ludacris is a Virgo. Nas is a Virgo. Who else? That's all I can think of right now. Mrs. Clayton, did I say what's up? What's up? Shout out to you and the whole fam, the Clayton family. So when you say you're a Cancer, Virgo, Taurus, I presume that means that your rising is a Cancer, your moon is a Virgo, and your Taurus is, I don't know. I forget what the third one in line means. I seem more outgoing. Thank you. I'll take all the compliments. I receive all the compliments. Thank you, Becky. I believe that Jesus loves you all too. Oh, sun, moon, rising. Oh, because rising is different than the sun. Oh. Well, yeah, I think I'm still right because I know that I'm a double Virgo, so that's probably what it is. I'm not too good with the astrology stuff, man. I wish I did understand it more. But it just seems so complex and there's so much to memorize. Like, it's fucking deeper than world history, astrology. Like, knowing each sign and the characteristics and qualities of each sign. And then knowing the nodes. And then knowing when they intersect. And when one goes into retrograde. What that does to all the other signs. Like, that shit is deep. Nope, I don't know my birth time. It does not say so on my birth certificate. And every birth certificate I've ever seen has people's birth times on it, but mine doesn't. So I'm like, maybe I was brought in through the window by a stork. maybe I crash landed in a spaceship. But I definitely have memories as a baby, so I don't know how far that goes. Good night, left-handed. Thank you for joining us as always. Hope you subscribe. If not, I hope I see you again on the digital realms. If not, take care of yourself. And always be better than you were yesterday. Peace, love, and hair grease. Miss Clayton, you funny. It is. Oh wait, it's December. Are you guys still harvesting? Oh, I guess you probably harvested in October, but you haven't trimmed it yet, so you're getting to the trim now. And your phone is super glued to your screen. You already know, left-handed. Stay cooler than a polar bear's toenails, baby. Oh, you grow a year because you have an indoor setup. Nice. My ex asked me if I wanted our indoor setup, and I do want it, but I don't have space for it here. And when I get an apartment, I can't imagine having it in the apartment. Unless I get a big ass apartment. But I'm also open to, when I finally move back to Columbus, Georgia, moving into a home. I'm leaving space for that because I wasn't really open for that before, but now I'm more open to it. My main thing is just making sure that I have space. It has to be at least a 3-bedroom, and I definitely want to be close to the river. I need to be. That's like something very adamant about my preference of where I live next is being close to a body of water. Yes, definitely moving back, loyalty. It's just a matter of time, a matter of finances. Speaking of finances, thank you all for joining the live, helping this channel survive the harsh realities of YouTube where people get shadow banned, and my channel is actually experiencing a hemorrhage of followers, which is all good. I'm here for the people who are here for me. So thank you all for joining the chat. And I would also heavily, deeply appreciate it if you showed some type of consideration by either hyping this video or doing a super gift or super chat. That would make my night. Because as it stands right now, we are on the 3rd day of December, and I'm only like $88 deep. And if I don't make more than $100 within the next 2 days, if I don't make, I guess $13 in the next 2 days, then I won't get paid this month by YouTube. But it's not really a big deal, but who doesn't want to get paid? So there's that. Thank you, loyalty. New vlogs coming soon. The girls will be in the next one, but I think that's going to be like one of the last vlogs that I have them centered in. I want to do less of like showing my girls. I want my girls to have their privacy, their I don't even know how to say the word. Anonymity. You know what I mean. And when they get older and they're able to consent about how they show up on the internet, then we'll revisit that. Mr. Warren, thank you, my brother. Appreciate that. Appreciate you, family. You got to see your 3D ultrasound today? Yo, them ultrasounds that technology has come a long way. It's like you get to see them in 3D, in person. Oh, that's what's up. You got 2 girls too, loyalty. Shout out to you and the girls. Give Live Love says, how do I get paid by YouTube? By views, likes, hypes? Yeah. So every view counts probably for a fraction of a penny. And then how long the person stays watching the video also counts for even more fractions of pennies. It's in that order. So the view, very small. The the length of time that the view lasts is also a little bit bigger. The engagement increases it a little bit bigger. And that's pretty much as far as it goes. Hypes just helps YouTube say that people like this video, so they promote it to more people, which gets more views. But the hype itself doesn't translate to any type of monetary gain. Likes does the same thing as a hype, which is like, it's just telling the algorithm that people enjoyed what they watched. So if YouTube is like, okay, people enjoy this, I'll promote it to more people to see if we can keep more people on the platform, because YouTube's only job is to keep people on the platform and engaged. But to the most direct correlation to monetary gain is a super chat, a super gift, and I think that's it. I also just opened up my memberships. I haven't been promoting that like much because there's not much on there yet. I would ideally like to have like 2 or 3 videos on there, and then I'll start promoting it more. And then you guys can join the memberships. There's 2 levels to it. There's the click level, which is like $2.99, I think, or the $3.99 level. And there's certain perks that you get with that. And then there's the Ace of Spades level, which is like $7.99, I believe. And with that, there's the same perks that you get with the click level plus more shit. Smart Savvy, thank you for the gift, the flower. Appreciate that, my love. But Mrs. Clayton, how did the ultrasound go though? Did everything look good? Did they give you? I'm not even sure why I'm asking you that, because if it wasn't all good, I wouldn't want you to. I mean, I do want you to talk about it if you do want to talk about it, but I'll leave it to you. But I'm assuming that everything is well and on the up and up, and that baby is super healthy, super strong, and mama is doing her best and is in the best of health. I mean, I know she is because they're Claytons, so that baby probably already rapping in there. Oh, it's so cute. I know it. I know it. Both of my girls were super cute in utero. It's an amazing thing to see a whole human living in water. It's so crazy how babies can breathe underwater. Well, in water, not like under it, but in water. It's wild. I don't even know how that is. Is there like oxygen coming through the umbilical cord, or do like babies literally extract oxygen from the what's the fluid called? Whatever the fluid is called. There's a new version of ultrasound. Wait, is there like, because we didn't have any ultrasounds with Lumi, but we did have. No, we did. I think we did 1 ultrasound with Lumi, and we did like 2 or 3 with Aura. But those were pretty clear. I'm not gonna hold you. Those were pretty clear. Like they were black and white, but 3D. Like you can see the button nose, you can see the cheeks. Amniotic fluid. There we go. Yeah, that's what I think too. Loyalty. Like they have gills almost. If I'm not mistaken, like babies in utero can breathe the fluid in, extract the oxygen, and breathe the fluid back out, just like amphibians do. Which is fucking weird, right? Because doesn't that mean that we like basically reptilians? Like we're mammals, but also reptilians. Although, now that I say that, whales are mammals, and they breathe in fluid and extract the oxygen and breathe back out the fluid. So maybe reptilian has nothing to do with it. Or maybe for some people there's more of a reptilian than mammalian, and maybe for some people there's more of a mammalian genetic than a reptilian. But we have webs in our fingers. If you look at the armpit, this is kind of like a web. So in the beginning of the Bible, in Genesis, when the Bible is talking about how in the beginning the world was like dark and void, one of my master teachers told me that that was like a metaphor, because when the earth, before land, the mass of land came up from the ocean, the entire earth was covered in water. It was a complete water planet. But beings such, not so much a hominid, but like if you could picture like an ape that had webbed hands, kind of like a half mermaid, half ape that lived in water. Maybe that's what we evolved from, you know? That's just my idea, at least from what I've heard. Uh, your youngest daughter had 2 inches of big curls when she was born. That's what's up. Um, that's so cool, man. I struggle with it, because I was about to say that I struggle with my daughters not having long hair. I don't know, but I kind of, I don't struggle with it. It's not my struggle to have. It's my daughter's struggle. I guess I empathize with her, because my oldest daughter, she's 5, and she didn't inherit her dad's hair genes. So her hair might not ever really be long. But I don't know. I don't want to speak on it too much, but I definitely know she feels a way about it. When she goes to school, she looks at the other girls with like hair down their back, and she kind of looks at her hair, and she's like, why? And I have no answers for her. I just be trying to tell her like, yo, you better eat your vegetables. You better eat all this nutritious food. You better fucking, help me put this Haitian castor oil in your hair so your hair gets everything that it needs to thrive, because I want my daughter's hair to be long. But also, I don't want to make them feel less than if their hair doesn't grow long. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want them to feel like a subhuman. So it's a precarious situation. But shout out to that baby if that baby comes out with them thick curls. That makes you believe that Earth is really underwater more and more. Yeah. I think that at some point the Earth was completely underwater, but we also can't even fathom how much water the planet holds now. Like, it's still underwater. There's so much land. Like, you see Antarctica, you see Africa, you see the Americas, and as much land as that is, there's exponentially more water. Can I draw? I can draw, but I wouldn't do that image justice. I wouldn't do that image justice. Like, just think about the movie Planet of the Apes, right? And you see how they brought to life those humanoid ape creatures, but now give those apes like half of a wing, maybe from like their elbow to the bottom of their rib cage, and then maybe give them a mermaid tail, or not. Maybe they have legs, but their toes have more webbing than ours do, and they were able to thrive underwater for millions of years in the dark. So like their eyes were different, you know? And over a few millennia, here we are walking the land with these tiny versions of webs. We don't have gills, uh, you know, and we're Homo sapiens now, not like whatever they called themselves back then. If you listen to Malachi Z. York talks about it. That's kind of where I got the idea. That's what I always say, Mrs. Clayton. I always say it'll grow, it'll grow. When Aura like has her moments about not liking, because Aura absolutely like she's in this phase where she needs her hair pulled back because she doesn't like her hair out, and her mom and I are trying to convince her to rock her hair out because the more she pulls it back, the more she'll lose her babies, her edges, and we not nobody wants that. She doesn't even want that. But we're like, yo, baby, rock your hair out, and she's like, nah, I'm good. Give me ponytails right now. So we'll see what happens. She's also very much against like I hope her mom gets to sneak it in every once in a while. Like there's so many products that you can like oils and stuff that you can put in your hair to help it grow. And she's not about that. Exactly, Dragonfire. Exactly. I always remind her. Every time I talk to her, I remind her how beautiful she is, how much I love her hair color, her hair texture. I tell her that her little curls, her coils are so cute, and I love them so much. And I pull out my coils, and I'm like, look, you have the same coils as me. And I remind her like, mom is beautiful. You think your mom is gorgeous, don't you? And her mom has curly hair too. So that's the way I approach it, and it seems to work. But I'm not there every day, unfortunately, so I don't really know what her. If I remember, which I do, I remember very well. In the morning when her mom does her hair, she's super chill about it. Like it's a regular thing. It's her. What's it called? Scheduling is not the word, but it's like the routine. There we go. It's her routine. So she's very cool with having her hair done. She just for some reason doesn't ever want to leave it out, which I personally would prefer. Her mom tries to get her to do it as well, but she's not about that Afro life. And hopefully at some point she is about that life. She'll just rock her afro, which is kind of why I'm growing my hair out, and I'm all about rocking my afro so she can see. Her mom also rocks her hair out a lot too, so we're trying to lead by example and influence her in that way. Exactly. She's beautiful and perfect as she is. Absolutely nothing wrong with that baby. She's gorgeous. You know? And she's gonna be super smart, which is even cooler. That baby is so smart. And her memory, she has like damn near photographic memory. Right, Nia. Okay, the ladies are coming out now. I started talking about women's hair and the ladies are coming out. That's what's up. But I'm right there with you, Nia. I think that is gonna grow. I hope that it grows super long because I know that's important to her. If it wasn't important to her, I wouldn't care that much. But she wants it to be long, like those other girls. It was so crazy. I went to go see them Sunday. Sunday I was with them, and I just took them to this place called Kids Emporium or Kids Empire, which is basically just like an indoor play place where they have like mad obstacles and like the cushioned, very it's a kids play place. You can imagine what that's like. But anyway, we're in there, and there was this white guy in there, and my dad pointed him out to me. He's like, yo, you see that guy there? That guy has a black and a white daughter. Both of them were like the same exact age. And they both look exactly like him. Like picture the same bone structure, the same face on two different humans, but one was white and one was like a little bit darker than me. And both of them had super long hair. And I was just like, I want my baby to have long hair too. So if I'm comparing my daughter to other girls, I'm sure Aura's comparing herself to her peers. And we all know what that's like when we compare ourselves to people that are around us all the time. And we ask ourselves the questions like, why can't I you know, it is what it is. It's a symptom of being human, the human experience. Thank you for that, Bohemian. Love that. Thank you for the encouragement. It makes me feel better. I've been good, Dragonfire. I've been surviving in survival mode, unfortunately, but I'm on the upward spiral. It's not as bad as it used to be, you know. The money is coming in more consistently. Um, I haven't been working out as much as I prefer, but I did recently buy a kettlebell and some resistant bands, so I'll be doing indoor workouts more, and that always does wonders for my mental health. And I'm looking forward to getting back to that. But I've been working so much, and when I get home, I break my fast, and then it's not. I haven't found it. I haven't felt motivated enough to like really bust a sweat. So that is something that I'm working on changing. Because although I feel tired, I feel like being tired after you work is more programming than what you're not actually tired. You're just programmed to be tired. Because we grow up and we hear our parents say, "Oh, I'm going to work." And then our parents come back and then they're like, "Yo, I'm tired, leave me alone." That was a decade or more of programming. So when we go to work and we come home from work, we start to feel like we're tired. But there's growth in the human experience and learning how to combat fatigue. Because you can't fight father time, but you can fight fatigue. And I think that comes in with diet and also just building a routine of staying active. Thank you, Bohemian. Dragonfire, thank you for the emojis. Appreciate that. Um, okay, loyal to you, OG. Yo, Bohemian, I got or some authentic batanya oil from, I think it's like from Costa Rica. It's like the authentic. Like it does, they don't even, anyway, it's sold as being authentic, and you go to their website, you do the research, you see like the women who make it. So I was like, okay, I feel confident in knowing this is authentic batana oil. And I sent it over to Aura because like I said, I want her hair to grow. And her mom was super thankful, but unfortunately Aura did not like the smell of the oil. And her mom said that there's not really not like a strong smell, but so she's been kind of weird about having it put on. And like I said, I hope her mom finds a way to like sneak it, like, you know, maybe mix it with like the regular stuff that she uses so the smell isn't so noticeable, and she still gets some batanya oil. But Lumi oil, I'm sure she's using it on Lumi. What up, Melly? Yo, facts, Dragonfire. I often ask her about that, and I don't think Aura gets picked on per se, but I know for a fact it's a conversation that she has with her peers. All because she, you know, she lives kind of in a, let's just say there's exponentially more Caucasian kids at her school than people who look like her. And so that's who she compares herself to. And I'm sure they look at her like kind of like she's an outlier, you know? And so she's much more comfortable with ponytails and her little curls hanging out on the ends of her ponytails than just rocking her fro. But yeah, she's going through it, and I think she does a great job because she doesn't necessarily come home and like complain about it, you know. So hopefully she's having healthy conversations. We I think she's well equipped verbally to have conversations with her friends and not take things personally if they are trying to take jabs at her or whatever. So we'll see. Oh yeah, I got a shit ton of kettlebell workouts that I've saved, so I know how to go find them easily, and I also write them down in a journal so I don't, cause I don't, by the time I get to working out, I don't want my phone in my hand. Like if my phone is in my hand, it's because I'm switching a song, but not because I'm looking at someone else work out. If I do that, I feel like I lose my momentum. So I like to just read, or even before, what I'll do a lot of times is before I work out, I'll look at the workout that I want to do and try to memorize it as much as I can and then go do that shit. And then if I forget, like in between repetitions, I'll pick it up and remind myself of what it is that I'm trying to do. Nick Hornberger, can you speak to the black men of the house, please? I mean, sure. You're talking to the black man of the house. Yeah, I thought it smelled good, Bohemian. But Aura wasn't about it. Aura's very picky and peculiar about anything that's not a French fry. I feel like French fries are the only thing she trusts in this world. French fries and buttered toast, maybe buttered noodles. If it's not those, any one of those three things, or her mom, she doesn't trust it. Or her little sister. She's very, very, yo. Seeing my two girls be sisters, uh, I couldn't have asked for more. I hit the lottery with that. But outside of those things, she's very skeptical about everything. You're right, Dragonfire. The different hairstyles being represented is definitely something that her mom and I strive to do. Like she loves to read before she goes to bed, and a lot of the books that we have are centered around black women, women of color, and their hair, because we want her to be comfortable with her hair. Um, I don't want to speak for her mom, but what I know from her mom, living with her, being with her for the extensive time that I have, was, Valadia had those same issues with her hair, or inheriting her mom's hair genes, or both of our hair genes, I want to say. I just want to say that I feel like Valadia is well equipped to deal with all of Aura's inhibitions and apprehensions. So, shout out to them. I think V's doing her best with that. And she's been very communicative, like just letting me know what Aura deals with on a day to day, So, I think we got it. I think we got it. But yeah, man, that's that. Uh, uh. Yeah, it's dope. Me too. Give love, give live, give live love. I I admire the way that we have co-parented after, the shit that we've been through. I think we do a great job, and I think the world needs that. The world needs more models. I mean, it's unfortunate, of course, that it's a co-parenting situation and not a parenting situation. But yeah, I think we're doing a great job. Yeah, it's pretty dope. And presence is everything. I in my experience growing up, I got to experience what it feels like to not have the presence. And if anything, that was an indicator to me of how important presence is. And therefore, the presence is abundant with, even though I can't be there every day, I'm there as much as I possibly can. And even though I'm not physically there, like I call and we do video chats. So I'm also grateful that I live in a time where video chatting is a thing. I wonder how that would have changed my dad's presence in my upbringing if he had the ability to just pick up a phone and video chat. Yo, facts. I love that she respects that she wants me to be there. Yeah. I mean, if she didn't, that would be fucking evil. But I'm sure there are men and women who go, like, parents who go through that, where one parent uses the children or weaponizes the children in a way, or like they don't value the other parent's effort to be present, and so they obfuscate it whenever they can. And I'm grateful that I don't have a partner like that, for sure. I absolutely want to be there. I mean, I'm becoming this person where I feel like we shouldn't give credit credit for things that are like uh required, or just what should be done. You know what I mean? But I thank you. Like, I'm not downsizing you're loving that I want to be there, but also like that's required of me. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I would be an evil dickhead, an asshole, if I didn't want to be there for my children. And also, that being said, I had someone that I respect and love try to tell me that basically tell me that it's not so important that I'm there, and that I kind of should just accept that since the breakup happened, I should accept the fact that I'm not going to be close to them. I should accept the fact that their mom might try to turn them against me at some point. That was weird. But all that said, it didn't sway me or persuade me at all to actually listen to that. I felt like that was nonsense. I was like, that's nonsense. And also, it also helped me to know that the person who told me that has children of their own, and they're not like super tight with their children. And that also persuaded me to not listen to that, because my preference is to be like the tightest I can possibly be with my daughters. I want my daughters to like come to me with everything. You know what I mean? I also had, I'm probably saying too much or oversharing at this point, but the mother of my children also tried to tell me that her relationship with them is more important than my relationship with them. And I just looked at her like she had 5 heads. I was like, whatever. I'm not even gonna take what you said seriously. I'm not even gonna take that seriously, fam. I feel like we should credit more because it is uncommon. Young parents have a hard time putting themselves aside for children. Yeah, I agree with that. As far as young parents having hard times putting themselves aside for their children, and credit is much appreciated, even when you're just giving credit for people doing what they should naturally do. So I definitely appreciate it. I think I've heard it so many times, specifically from men who get credit from anybody for doing what they feel like they should naturally be doing, and the men will be like, "Yo, don't give me credit for that because this is what I do." And whenever I hear it, I'm like, that's a strong statement. I resonate with that statement, but I also accept the love. Dragonfire says, hopefully they're not filling their heads with negativity about you." Yeah, yo, I don't even know if I could say anything about that because I haven't seen it. I've seen it once where somebody screenshotted it and sent it to me, and that's a fucking sad. That's super sad, and also makes me feel like there's things being said, not maybe even directly but indirectly around them, in earshot of them, that make them feel a way towards me. If not them, but Aura, because Aura's old enough to understand everything that's being said. Lumi not so much. um but yeah, that's fucking sad. I don't want to. I could go on and on about that shit, but I don't want to talk bad about her, so I'm gonna just leave that there. You know, she'll hopefully she'll mature and grow up and realize that she's wrong when she does dumb shit like that. Because why would you do that? I feel myself about to go on a tangent so hard right now. It's so fucking hard right now. Like, the fact that she blocked me, for what? Why? Like, the fact that she unfollowed me, why? You I digress. It's just stupidity, man. It's immaturity and stupidity, and people are gonna do that. People have to grow up at some point. People have to be immature and stupid. And if they value intelligence, if they value maturity, if they value growth, then they'll change. But if they don't, then they won't. And then you'll get what you get. And I've gotten what I've gotten. But the last thing I'll say about that is I don't say much about what happened and all of that shit, but I feel like her taking those, behaving that way, tells the story of what actually happened. You know? Like, I don't have to say anything. The truth will come to the light. Anything done in the dark will always come to the light. So there's no reason for me to say anything. I just have to be better than my own idea of myself. Like, every day I strive to be a better version of myself. And that's all. That's the only important thing. That's the only thing that fucking matters. Me going on the internet to uplift myself by talking down or bad about someone who I chose to have children with, that's pure fucking insanity, bro. Pure insanity. But we're dealing with humans, and humans are flawed beings, so that's part of the wheelhouse of being in relationship with people. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Oh, happy feet! What's good? Big hug to you, family. Yeah, Lumi was breastfed for a year. Maybe like a year and a couple months. Oh, that's a fact. There's no give up in me, Dragonfire. There's no give up whatsoever. I just gotta keep the intensity. The intensity is what's important. Like, I'll never give up. But staying consistent, staying committed is what's important. Exactly that, Mrs. Clayton. Children make their own mind up when they get older. And I know that from my own experience, from my own upbringing. So I know if I do my best, which I have been, and continue to do that, when Aura's older, she'll be able to, I don't want to say pick, because that's not what I don't want her to pick one over the other. But I do want her to have discernment about who her parents really are. Yeah, we are in a good place. We actually had dinner together on Sunday for the first time in 6 months. My dad was there, she was there, Aura and Lumi were there. We went to Applebee's. It was amazing. It was dope. And uh, V was very, what's the word? Pleasant. She was very pleasant. Which she's always great face to face. Mostly for the most part, you know. Especially when you get her in like short spurts. But yeah, man, she it was dope to have her agree to, because I've been asking her for a minute, like, yo, why don't we just like go out as a family and eat together? And she's kind of like bouncing around with the idea, but this past time, I don't know, maybe something in her heart changes. Which is her story. That's pretty much her MO. Like, she'll be one way one year, and then the next year she'll be another way, which is cool. We all get to make choices every single day. Every day is an opportunity to make a new choice. Thank you, Live Love. Appreciate that. The day has been wonderful so far, especially now that you here, Happy Feet. Welcome to the chat. It's facts. Yeah, as long as people stay respectful. And me being from New York, I feel like I'm sensitive to disrespect. Like, I know I can feel disrespect under fake respect. You know how people try to, like, they'll say sarcastic shit and it'll seem like it's beneficial to the situation or nice even, but you know it's the undertone. Like, what is that shit that you just said implied? I think that's a very New York thing, for me at least. So, yeah, my threshold for respect is very tight. Like, you gotta, it's either respectful or disrespectful. There's no in between. There's no gray. There's no nuance. Shayana, did I say your name right? Shayana Satchel. I think that's how you say it. But what up, what up? Thank you for joining. It has been a minute since I've seen you. I'm happy that you made it. We just chatting. Doing what we do. Got the house music going as per Miss Bohemian's request. And we are going strong, almost 2 hours now. That conversation made me want to light some sage because the way this journey be journeying is baffling sometimes. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Shall prosper. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. No evil shall dwell within my vicinity. Bohemian, it's the least I could do for you, my love. Since you are the best moderator on the planet, the least I can do is supply the vibes. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any Palo Santo. But I do have this sage. Happy. I'm so happy that you made it, girl. It's been a minute. Maybe it's because I started super late tonight. I started at 8 because, yo, Lumi, my 18, she's 18 months? No, we're in the 12th month. She's on the second month. She's 22 months. Yeah, she's 22 months old. She picked up her mom's phone and called me. Unlocked her mom's phone and called me. After having the phone for like 20 seconds. That made my night. But that being said, she called me right before I was about to go live at 7. And I talked to her and Aura for like an hour. So that's why I started late tonight, if anybody was wondering. Happy. I'm not happy about you working 4 a.m. to 11:30. I know you're doing what you want to do and you're trying to elevate in the economics and the finances and all of that. But I don't want you to work yourself to the bone. So, I got you. I'm going to take care of you. I just got to make $1 million first. And then you can go back to maybe working just one job. Who am I going to retire? Does anybody have a list of people that they're going to retire when they make their $1 million? Because once you make $1 million, I feel like you know how to make $1 million, so you continue to make millions. Whatever got you to your $1 million continues to make your millions. So once I make $1 million, the first person I'm going to retire is my dad, of course. Definitely needs to not be working. Just live his life. Second person I'm going to retire is my baby mom's. I mean, she could continue to work if she wants to, but she's not going to need to. And then the third person is going to be Happy Feet. Facts. Damn, you got Palo Santo sawdust? I don't even know what you do with that. I guess you can press that into like those little cones that they be having and like making incense out of it. But yeah, sell that on eBay. I love these little emojis that you got, Dragonfire. Those are dope. Selling it in ounces. Yeah, break that up into weight. Bust it down. Bust it down. Oh, now that I'm reading, oh, is it Shayana? Oh, your sister raised you? I missed that. What were we talking about? You stay persevering, man. Facts. That's what I'll do. Gotta do that. I got babies. Oh, here goes your name. Anna like Annabelle, but you almost had it. So Shayana. Okay, I got you. Shayana. Look at y'all connecting. Let's do it. I love the community. Do the Doug shake? What the hell is that? Happy. Thank you for joining us on that 15-minute break. We love you, girl. Stay safe. Take care of yourself. Stay nourished. Stay hydrated. And I'll see you when I see you. If I don't see you in about a week, I'll send you that text. You already know. Catch up with you. Oh, that's right. So, okay, I got you, Shayana. You would retire your sister because she raised you. That's what's up. I feel like that's important to have that list at the front of your mind. We all need to know why we are sacrificing our time, our energy, our bodies, our labor. When we go to work, we often just chalk it up to like, yo, I need money so I can pay my bills. But if you also keep in mind who you want to retire, because I feel like we are each other's keepers, we are each other's responsibility. So whenever I feel like, yo, I've been working super hard and I'm fucking tired, I just think about the people that I want to retire, and that gives me a new sense of energy. I look at the stars every night, Dragonfire, even though where I'm at in Jacksonville, Florida, you can't see them. But I was at my uncle's house in Macon, Georgia a couple of days ago, and every night I went outside, I laid down. Well, first of all, this is something that I do that might be new to all of you. But I dare y'all to try this, especially if you have stars that are visible at night. Go outside, spin around like 5 to 10 times. I spin around 9 because I love that number. I spin around 9 times and then I fall flat on the floor and I stare at the stars. And while you're gaining your equilibrium, it's easy to feel the weight, the spin, the speed of the spin of the globe. And in that way, you kind of feel like you're flying through space. Yeah, Sage. And so yeah, to answer your question, Dragonfire, I look at the stars all the time. I have a whole ritual behind it, and I just shared it with you. I hope you get a chance to do it too. Dragon's blood. I never heard of dragon's blood. I gotta look that one up. Frankincense is the one of ones. I also really like to burn cedar too. I'd never had smelt burning cedar until I went to like this 2-day ayahuasca ceremony, and they were burning cedar, and every time I burn cedar after that, it reminds me of that time. And it keeps me humble, it keeps me grounded, it keeps me centered, it keeps me grateful. Mrs. Clayton has the best view of the stars where she's at. Northern Lights and all of that. Very regular for her. Dragon's blood is protective. Okay, I'm gonna check that out. Thank y'all for the suggestion. I have nowhere to put my my sage. Let me go put this out. Yeah, you probably definitely set them smoke detectors off. That sage be getting smoky. Shout out to all 18 people in here. Thank you for choosing this video, clicking in, checking in with the community, the chat, and all of that. You could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here right now. Please consider. Oh, and they was like, all right, I'm leaving. Now that he pointed me out. Please consider subscribing to the channel. If you like deep conversations, potentially uncomfortable conversations, if you like anything Japanese culture, anything anime, anything hip hop, anything musically beautiful. Uh-oh. I got smoke coming from somewhere where it's supposed to. I put out the sage and one of like the leaves broke off and like fell on the floor, and I thought I was setting some shit on fire. Definitely not trying to go through that right now. But yeah, consider subscribing to the channel. If anything you read here resonates with you, please give the video a like, thumbs up, and all of that. Cheyenne, I watch anime mostly on Crunchyroll. I've had Crunchyroll since like 2014, I want to say, back when it was like $6. Now it's like fucking $14. I hate that they always raising the price. And the app has not gotten better. I mean, granted, they have a lot of anime, but they don't have all the anime. But if it's not on Crunchyroll, I'll catch it on like Hulu or Prime or fucking Netflix. There's so much anime out there in the world. There's even more manga. So it's like my love language. It's one of my favorite pastimes. I think it's pronounced Isekai. Isekai, that's a category of anime where it's like the main character gets summoned to another magical world, or like they die and then they wake up or reincarnate into another magical world, and it goes from there. But that's like my favorite category of anime. But I love fantasy stuff. I love sci-fi stuff. Yeah, anime is my shit, man. And through anime, I've developed a deep appreciation and fondness for all of Japanese culture. And I think about Japan every day, almost. For numerous reasons. Like, I always wonder why do they have such a a lock on this spiritual, esoteric way of thinking, in a way you don't get from any other country. Maybe like you'll get it from India, because India has Sanskrit, and like, the chakra is kind of their thing, and like the Chinese have energy meridians and like acupuncture, and like they have deep history as well. But it's just something special about Japan. And I often wonder if the United States government dropping those 2 nuclear bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki has anything to do with that. Like, what if there was a lot more going on that they just don't tell us? Like, if you've ever read or watched Jujutsu Kaisen, there's a whole arc called the Culling Game, or the Nightmare in Shibuya, I think it is. But it could be like, to me, it feels like it could be an allegory as to why nuclear bombs were dropped there, because maybe there was something really powerful, or is something really powerful about Japan as a land special, like, or unique to that land. And I think about that on a daily basis. Oh, Ty Sons, thank you for the hot cocoa. Appreciate you, family. Love that. I'll take it. What, Jujutsu Kaisen? Yeah, that was a fucking great anime. And there's a follow-up to it. What's it called? I don't even remember what it's called right now. But it takes place like in the year 2058 or some shit like that. Um, and I highly recommend it. It's great. The but the anime itself was, I mean, I was captivated. I hate that anime takes like 2 or 3 years to come out with a new season. I dislike that very much, but also I get it because for some reason, like, that's one of the most slavish industries there is like mangakas and the people who animate for the anime industry. They all complain about how hard it is and the, what's the word, just like the work environment is really toxic. So, I definitely want them to take their time and not work themselves to the bone, but I also need that new season of Jujutsu Kaisen. You know what I mean? Like, I've read the entire manga twice. I love reading the mangas over again because you often get, of course, you get more information the second time you read it, but also I often find the first time I watch an anime or read a manga, I can never remember people's names. Like, if you're not the main character or like the two sub main characters, I have so much trouble remembering names. So when I'm trying to explain an anime and what the whole storyline is, I can't give you anybody's name. I'm just like the main character and like this other guy with black hair. Like, I need to know people's names. And Japanese names aren't like easy to remember for me for some reason. Do you sell or teach? I've been learning a bit of everything, but I love learning more. Also, I've been into growing all I can grow myself in Alaska. Do you have a channel? Yes, I do believe Bohemian Goddess has a channel, which she needs to be more active on. Get her. Get her, Mrs. Clayton. She's got so much to offer the world. Right, exactly, Dragonfire. You see where I'm going with that. You see where I'm going with that. Like, I just find it so hard to believe that they dropped not only one, but two. Like, what if Japan really had like a fucking, like, like a Goku type of a character? Like, since Jujutsu Kaisen, what if they had like a Sukuna type of a, like, in real life, they had something that powerful, and America felt like it was necessary to do that. Like, from what I understand, the Japanese had already surrendered, and we went and did that to them anyway. Like, it's unforgivable. That's right, Mrs. Clayton. Get her. Tell her she needs to do more on her channel. She could be making videos of all of that. Creating the resins, talking about the benefits and the properties of the different, the different herbs or the oils or whatever that she be burning. We gonna get you, Bohemian. We gonna get you going on this YouTube, Bohemian. Gosh, dog it. You got so much knowledge and wisdom. Same thing with you, Mrs. Clayton. I feel like you, if you set up a couple cameras in your crib, you could go. Your content will go crazy because you got such a big family, a big beautiful family. Dragonfire, what was your favorite anime that was left unfinished? I have a bunch of those too. I think Hunter x Hunter is one of them. What else was unfinished? So many. There's so many. And then you don't even be knowing if like they're really unfinished or they're just taking too long to come out with the next season. Nah, I still got a lot to do before Christmas comes around. I gotta buy another tree. This house needs to be, like, the amount of cleaning that has to happen in this house. I'm not looking forward to it, but it needs to be done. And I will have my girls for the Christmas vacation, so I'm excited for that. That's right, friends. Friends, people you can count on, friends. Let's do it. I love it. Bohemian and Mrs. Clayton, y'all two of my closest, most fondest on the channel, right up there with Happy Feet. You know what I mean? So it's only right that we really, 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 really get this going. The real, the IRL bond in real life. Speaking of that, there's a friend that I recently connected with via Instagram. Her name is Emily, and she hosts retreats in Costa Rica. And talking to her, I was like, wait, maybe this is a good way to get the family, the community together. If we all go to Costa Rica and do this retreat. So since you're here, I just wanted to float that with you. Maybe look out for that. I think we're probably not going to catch the next one she has, which is going to be like in June, I think. But the one after that, if we can all get together for that one, that would be dope. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear that, Dragonfire. That's kind of the same thing that happened with Hunter x Hunter. The author got sick and he wasn't able to finish. Love that. I'm happy that I got to stay on long enough for you guys to connect that way, because I was thinking about ending this like a half hour ago. But now that you two have made that connection and the 2 hours, the 2 hour mark is here, I'm gonna shut off those bright ass lights because they're starting to make my head throb. And I am going to lead us and leave us with a prayer. If you all are ready for that. And I think I know it by heart now. To the one of us who is many, we come to you in total awareness. Please grant my friends peace, progress, prosperity, persuasion, pleasure, panacea in this ever-persistent present moment of now. Ashe, Aho, Amen, in Laek, in Laken. Yeah, I do remember it. Yo, I love you all. I will see you in a couple of days. Today is what? Tuesday. So Thursday, 6:37. 6:30, 7 o'clock. I'll catch you all again, and we will do what we normally do. And sweet dreams to you all. Stay hydrated. Stay nourished.